Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we are playing the Band of Demonetization. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put the name of this DLC in the title of the video without getting immediately demonetized. Welcome to YouTube. It's Orwellian and just full of censorship. Isn't it lovely, guys? Yeah, I love this place. Anyway, we'll jump right into this. Yeah. We'll see what the title of this video is, because I don't know how I'm going to do the title without YouTube demonetizing me.
This war is far from over.
There. So, there is trouble afoot. Yeah, there's danger on the roads.
Father, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
I thought since we drove Toth out of the province, things would be better. I mean that the roads would be safer and so on, and, well, that's not entirely the case.
Ah, the naivety of youth. Driving him out of the province was only the start. He left a lot of cutthroats behind, and they'll be sticking to their trade. What's more, as long as there's a war going on, problems like this will keep coming up.
Well, what can we do about it?
Get rid of that guard.
Not an awful lot, unfortunately. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein. Let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh. I understand.
That is, I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Well, excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable band?
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. But actually my reasons are of a more pragmatic nature. You see, Kuno owes me a favor, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join them?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone reliable. And I'd say you fit the part. Go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
Who is he exactly?
Who is this Sir Kuno of Rickwald?
He's the last baron of the House of Rickwald, which became impoverished. So he took to the mercenary trade, like many poor noblemen do, unless they become robbers, which often isn't all that different. He's certainly an entertaining companion, but as a mercenary, well, let's just say he has his own particular approach to certain matters.
That sounds a little worrying.
Oh, it's nothing too bad. Just that now and again he needs reminding not to step over the line.
How is he indebted to you?
I did him quite a big service, actually. I saved him from the hangman.
Oh, that sounds like quite a story. How did it happen?
You should ask him. You'll be spending quite a while riding together, so it'll help pass the time. But one thing I can tell you, he seems to have taken inspiration from me. A lot of his men had their own encounters with the executioner too.
Okay.
All right. I'll go and report to him.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ledechko. It's a good base for covering the province. Good luck, Henry. And watch out for yourself.
I will, sir. Thanks.
Take care.
There. The Band of Bastards. Will I get demonetized for having that in the title of my video? Probably. We're already demonetized. They're off to a brilliant fucking start. Oh, they're just outside of town as well. That's not too bad. This game is beautiful, though. Like, this is 6 years old as well. That's the thing. This is 6 years old. Ah! You fucking... I'm a lord. You got a problem? You got a problem, buddy? You got a problem, asshole? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, this game's beautiful. It's 6 years old, but it's still frickin' beautiful looking.
I'll be with you. I'm looking for Sir Kuno.
Do you speak English?
Sir Kuno? Baron Rickwald. Isn't this his camp?
charming fellow.
You won't get nothing out of him. You must be Radzig's man. I heard he was supposed to send someone.
Yes, Sir Radzig sent me as a guide. I'm Henry.
I'm Jakey. And this here fella, we call the Stone.
I can
They're
see
good.
why. What's up with him? Cat got his tongue.
No, more like the dog got it. The executioner's dog. When the executioner ripped it out of him. Anyway,
Charming fellow.
you better come along with me. I'll introduce you to the other fellas. And the chief. These here are the Bearman brothers. Petter and Jan. They're a barrel of laughs. Except when they're too drunk to string two words together. Like now. Don't get on the wrong side of them, though. When their blood is up, well, it ain't a pretty sight.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
Never mind the fancy poses, Stefan. You're trying to kill the fucker, not teach him how to dance. And you, Dangler, stand your ground. Don't let him lead you round by the nose.
Sir? Well, sir, this is Henry. From Lord Kobula.
Ah, it's about time Radzig got round to this. We need someone who knows their way around these parts. Leave off with the bowing and curtsying. We don't hold with that tomfoolery here. Jakey! Where the hell are you sneaking off to? Go to the farm and get water. The lads are thirsty.
But I went last time.
And you'll go next time, you ungrateful pup. Get your ass moving. Snot-nosed brat.
I think he's wearing very similar armor.
You pull him out of a pile of shit, and they thank you with back talk. Where were we? Oh, yeah. We need a guide who knows these parts. So I hope I can rely on you, Herman.
It's Henry.
Right. Well, as I said to Radzig, I don't want to carry any dead weight. We could find ourselves in some very tight situations where every sword counts.
I know how to handle a sword, all right?
I've heard a lot of fellas say that. They still ended up on the wrong end of one. We'll find out. Stefan, take a break. Dangler, let's find out what Harold here can do.
Fucking Henry. You know, he's doing it on purpose.
No problem, Chief.
Come on. Oh, that looked like it hurt, my dude.
You didn't fare badly at all, I must say. You can ride with us.
All right, good. Thanks.
Don't thank me yet. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for.
Sir Kuno, can you tell me something about yourself?
Drop the sir. That title brought me nothing but grief. But what do you want to know?
What about your debt to Sir Radzig? How did that come about?
A twist of fate, lad. I was fighting in the hostilities between the House of Schallenberg and the town of Colleen. Some trade dispute it was, and I fought under the Schallenberg colours. In the end, the two sides negotiated a truce, and I rode to Colleen with the delegation that was to parley there. We stopped off at an inn on the way, and it was there that I met Radzig Kobula. I could tell at first sight he was a man after my own heart. A likeable rogue, with a sharp mind and a merry soul. We spent the whole night drinking together and talking, and in the morning we set off together, with sore heads, but in good temper, since he was travelling the Colleen same as I was. Only, once we reached the city gates, they arrested me on the spot. Seems the burghers had it in for me, since I'd been making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand, I was a member of the peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Colleen is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers. Only part of the deal was they would give them my head. And I'd surely have ended my days swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Lucky for you.
Indeed. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time. And how could I refuse him?
I'd like to ask about your men.
Ask away.
Never mind.
Sir Radzig told me the Rickvold family lost its wealth. How did that happen?
There's all sorts of ways to become impoverished. Nothing easier. Especially when your father's a fool. And your mother's mad as a bat.
Oh.
But it's a long and twisted story. We took our name from Rickvold Castle. But that actually belonged to the convent of the Poor Clares in Tynitz. And my father only leased it. You see, he knew the abbess there since they were young. Knew her very well. There was even talk that she only joined the order because her family wouldn't let her marry him. Anyway, whether he was fucking her right there in the convent, or he just took a lot of interest in scripture, he spent an awful lot of time in Tynitz.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he might have been after a bit of both.
Sinning and confessing all in one place. Well, I can see the convenience of it. Anyway, my mother never had strong nerves. Truth be told, her sanity was always shaky. Pa's escapades drove her cuckoo entirely. Then, one frosty December morning, I was woken by screaming and smoke. I looked out the window, and I saw my mother there, in the courtyard, wreathed in flames. Behind her, the stables, the farm buildings and the tower were burning too. And she just stood there, shrieking with laughter.
Christ, that sounds like a scene straight out of hell.
Hellish it was, I can tell you. Me and my sister Adela and a few servants managed to get out before the whole place went up. I couldn't get to my father. Or my little brother. Poor lad was only 7. My sister and I were left destitute after the fire. But then my cousin, Adam of Drevich, took us into his castle. A few weeks later, he offered to buy what was left of our estates and sell me a small fortress near a Kovnik. It was a great relief. We suddenly had some hope of a future again. So I told my sister about it. And it was the biggest mistake of my life. A week later, the two of them announced to me they were getting married. And all that was left of our estates, lands, woods, villages, Adela was to get it all as a dowry.
But surely that was for you to decide. You were the head of the family, right?
Aye. Only I barely had 17 years under my belt, and I'd just lost everything. Of course, I argued with them, and that was the only excuse they needed to kick me out of Drevich too.
That's pretty harsh.
You're telling me. But I'm not complaining. As my pa always used to say, if you can turn your hand to something, you'll never be lost. I doubt it ever crossed his mind how often I'd remember those words.
Okay, I want to get rid of this. I know it's realism, but I hate how the helmet looks.
Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Bad blood. Oh, that fills me with confidence. No, we're fast traveling in like a pack of horses. That's cool.
The scent of chamomile wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Ah, like the rounded hills, rising, pertly, all soft and pink in the sunlight.
And the fertile valley below, spreading wide and inviting.
Dew glistening in a mossy hollow.
The sweet aroma of honey in the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye, it reminds me of that day. That day where the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird. I stuffed her myself.
This is like my average World of Warcraft raid
chamomile.
conversation.
Well, men, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh? How's that?
I've been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France, I'll grant you.
What I mean to say is, I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the day Jakey joined us. It makes me uneasy, Chief.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletch is moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in the taverns who don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go. And it always makes me uneasy.
Jakey?
Fletch can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat.
Sorry, but they don't do hauberks in girls' sizes.
Oh? Well, how did you get yours then?
All right, I appreciate your
This
honesty,
lot is
lad.
basically just my World of
Don't
Warcraft
worry,
guild.
there will be plunder. We're here to fight, and to the victor the spoils. That's how it's always been. But no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Let's go! Behind me, and keep your eyes peeled. What do you think we can expect this time, fellas?
Groschen, hidden in a piss pot under the bed. A nice chunk of beef no one there will be eating.
On account of it'd just fall out through the holes in their bellies. Hey, brother?
Charming bunch.
My mouth is already watering, brother, and I ain't even touched a purse yet.
Once you get your hands on some loot, I'll be happy to play you for your hard-earned groschen back at the camp.
Poor old Fletch. Never gets to see the action from close up.
What about you, Dangler? What do you expect to find?
Futility and human suffering, like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book and shut the fuck up?
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Keep your eyes peeled, though. There might be someone hiding out here still. Look for clues and question the survivors, if there are any.
Not many by the looks of it.
Jesus Christ, what a massacre.
Radzig Kobala, you are unscrupulous beast, devoid of Christian morals. I accuse you of abandoning honor and virtue, product of the cracks of cruelty, benevolence, blah blah blah. Challenge you to face me in a duel befitting card, blah blah blah.
Worthless trinkets. Not even Fletch could flog this lot.
You found anything interesting?
Fuck all. They cleaned him out good and proper. But one fellow was still alive.
Alive? Did he say anything?
And did he tell you anything?
He mumbled something about some Lord something. Zoul, I think.
Zoul? I never heard the name.
Me neither. But I don't know too many nobles.
Yeah, I'm not all like, yeah, he's dead. Whatever, loot him. That's fine. I'm not gonna hound you about fucking knightly honor.
Did you find any tracks?
Some, a horse or two. They rode off through the meadow towards dawn. They were avoiding the road, which is interesting.
Towards dawn?
Meaning towards the east. Apart from the mounted ones, there were some men on foot too. Well weighed down.
Oh, they can't move too fast then.
No, and what's more, they left a trail of blood. One or more of them might be wounded. Either that, or they dragged off some poor bastard from here.
Nice work. Thanks. I found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zoul. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you know about these Zouls?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I thought I could go and search for those raiders. They might not have gotten very far yet.
All right. It's always good to have an extra pair of eyes. We'll keep searching here for a while, and then head back to the camp.
There they are.
Who's there?
So I put them goblets on the top.
What have we got here? Entertainment.
Bring it on!
Great.
Where could he have vanished to?
I think he shot my horse. Nah, he shot me in the leg.
Oh.
This is hilarious.
Got you at the knees, have you? I'll slaughter you.
I don't lose any stamina doing this.
You call that combat?
No, I call it working. Is it honorable? No. Does it work? Yes.
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
I don't know. Ask my horse whether or not I'm weak at the knees, mate. Oh, that one looks like it fucking hurt right there.
Is that the best you can do?
This is just mean. Like, it's mean to them. Oh, he's dead.
Christ!
Oh, that was easy. I found the raiders.
I tracked down those raiders.
You did? Well, nice work. So where are they?
Dead.
But they were a short way off to the east, in the woods, dividing up their loot.
Were? They're gone now? Which way?
No, they're dead.
Down.
To hell.
To hell, where I sent them.
What? Jesus, Henry. Are you out of your mind?
What, it was easy.
Well, I took advantage at the moment of surprise.
Christ above, I've met some mad bastards in my time, but... All right, I'll send someone there to scout around. Meanwhile, you have a snoop around here and see if you can find anything interesting.
See, you could say that your men are looting corpses, but I'm like, yeah, they're mercenaries. That's kind of how they get by. They're already dead. Like, we're here to prevent future tragedies, not cry about the fucking spilt milk that is already dead people. I'm not gonna hound his men for that. I'm a realist, not a fucking noble knight. I just like that, like, there you go, look, that's an RPG. I had a choice there to return back to that guy and say, I found the raiders, come help me out. Or I could just take them on single-handedly. Actually, well, my horse helped. Without the horse, I'd be dead. Dad, I single-handedly destroyed them all, Dad. It was brilliant, you should have seen me. I didn't use the horse to cheat. I mean, it's not cheating, I had a horse. Fuck it, I will use every advantage I can get, thanks.
Sir, I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out farm near Merhoyed.
Toth must have left some of his cronies behind.
Now, this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star on a blue field.
I know that coat of arms, unfortunately. It's the House of Zoul.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it will say.
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge you to face me in a duel, defend your honor. Anomious wretch. Well, that's nice. Signed, Hagen Zoul. As I expected, old grievances coming back to haunt me.
This is like what happens if I kick somebody from a World of Warcraft guild for being incompetent.
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
Well, if I'm to know what I'm up against, I'll need to hear at least the gist of it.
True. All right, in a nutshell. Several years ago, I had to resolve a bloody feud between the Zouls and another family. The Zouls were clearly in the wrong, but refused to accept my ruling. So, I hanged the head of the family, razed their castle to the ground, and confiscated their property.
Based.
Ever since then, they've had it in for me, not surprisingly.
But you acted in good conscience.
Yes, although in retrospect it might seem excessively harsh. And it doesn't help that the other family is related to mine.
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently he still hopes I will agree to this kind of outmoded solution to disputes.
But surely you can't refuse a challenge to a duel. What about your honour?
Henry, my boy, honour is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But in time you'll learn that some matters are not so straightforward.
Like this one?
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as the royal hetman for the last 15 years and become a courtier. Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia and elsewhere as a mercenary. Which of us do you think would win a duel? That's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't blame him for trying, but I'm not such a fool as to play by his rules.
It's got a point. What are we going to do about this?
Well, what are we going to do about this?
That's what I just said.
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll finally have to succumb to his conditions.
So you'd fight him, if it came to that?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge. Maybe it's coin he's after. Who knows?
All right. We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry.
Please, can we stop for a bit? My arse is aching, and I've such a thirst I could drink a moat dry.
Same here. What do you say, Chief?
Not to worry. We'll re-choose it soon. We'll spend the night there.
I heard they've got a peculiar priest there. They say he drinks like the devil himself.
There's nothing strange about that. Every other man of the cloth is a swill pot.
Or a lecher.
Or both.
We are going to get ambushed.
Quiet. Listen.
Do you think it's a trap?
Oh, for the love of God, help!
I don't know, she seemed pretty genuine about the for the love of God part. But I am naturally suspicious.
Please, please, sir, help me.
Don't worry, lass. Nothing to fear. We're with Sir Radzig, in the manner of speaking. What's the matter?
These brigands came. The menfolk fled and left us there. They started pillaging the place, drinking whatever they could find and smashing things. I ran off, but the other girls, You've got to save them. Please, I beg you.
Easy, lass. Drinking, you say?
Aye, sir. They rolled the casks into the courtyard and started swilling like pigs from a trough.
Well, as our old cook used to say, if you want to make a proper goulash, you should soak the meat in ale for a while to soften it first.
Ah, let them get well soaked, and then go and chop them up. Good thinking, Chief.
But what about the girls? Those men, they were...
Ah, I'm sure your friends won't be getting nothing they ain't had before.
Henry's not
Unless
gonna
they
be
be nuns.
Kuno, the girl's right. If we delay, her friends will pay the price for it.
I appreciate your advice, Henry, but it's caution that'll keep you alive, not chivalrous deeds.
Yeah, how will it make Sir Radzig look?
How do you think Sir Radzig will look if you let that happen? What will people say?
If I cared what people say, I wouldn't be a mercenary. It's no skin off my nose.
Well, I can tell you, Sir Radzig cares, and so do I. So we better ride there right now.
All right. I hope your Radzig will take care of my funeral mass too. My sin-burdened soul will need a bit of a push to get through the gates of heaven.
Don't worry. They won't be as drunk as you'd like, but they won't be entirely sober either.
True enough. Let's do it then.
Yeah,
Right. We better try and save those girls from Hagen's brutes. Let's go.
Ah! Get up, Henry. Get up, Henry. Get up, Henry. Get up, Henry. I know you're in full plate, and this is kind of realistic. But please fuck off. Must save. Must keep him safe. There we go, boys.
Good work, lads.
This is another reason why Henry's in no position and isn't fucking having a go at this guy for looting the bodies, because we fucking loot everybody we come across. It would be kind of hypocritical of us to even bitch about it a little bit.
Let them think what they like. Right, brother?
They left us some damn good booze here. And as my old man used to say, the fire of battle must be quenched. Of course, the only battle he was ever in was with Ma. But still, it fits. Anyway, I hope you'll drink with us.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Why look a gift horse in the mouth?
My words exactly.
Can we set out?
Sure. We'll head towards Zoul today. Jakey heard at the tavern in Ledechko that someone there saw some unfamiliar horseman.
You think they could be Hagens?
Maybe, maybe not. It's enough that they're not local. Could be the escort of some merchant caravan, of course. Jakey, go and scout ahead. Don't want us running into any surprises. See if there's a good spot for us to camp.
Right, Chief.
What's the matter with Jakey? No back talk.
I gave him a swig of schnapps at supper. Perhaps it made a man of him overnight.
I think Jakey's
All
gonna
that
be
boar
fucking
piss of
killed.
yours took away his will to live.
What's wrong with the kid?
Kurva!
Kurva!
Brother, where are you?
This!
All right, Henry.
See? Remember what I was saying
coming,
about
brother.
shields earlier?
Sucker! Catch the horses!
They're on the river bank.
We have to get back to the bank, quick, before they cut us off.
This has gone well.
Rise.
Take the fucking bank. Take it, boys.
You're gonna cry now.
Come on, move it, move it, move it. Did the kid betray us or something? Is that why he was looking dodgy? To the left. There's more of the fuckers. Yeah, he was supposed to scout, so he knew. I'm betting he fucking knew or something, because I don't see him with us.
What now?
I don't know. They could be lying in wait for us anywhere. Someone must have snitched on us. We should split up and get the fuck out of here.
So every man for himself?
Just so.
But you think it was one of the band who betrayed us?
Look around for yourself. Who's missing? Jakey. That's who. I sent him on ahead, and he knows which way we're going. That little fucking Judas! When I get my hands on him, he'll rue the day he was born.
I'll find him.
I'll try and track him down. He can't be too far away.
No, it's too risky. He could have Hagen's people all around him. All we need to do is get out of here in one piece.
I see everyone made it back in one piece.
Thank Christ. Someone up there must like us. Somehow we always manage to get out of these sticky situations.
Oh, someone up there, or someone down there.
Yeah, right. Well, the main thing is we made it.
So we'll go patrolling again?
We will, but not you.
What? Why not?
I found out where Jakey is. I want you to grab him and beat everything he knows about Hagen out of him.
Where do I find him? What are you going to be doing?
What are you going to be doing in the meanwhile?
We'll go on patrol as normal. It could be a trick, you see, to lure us into a trap.
But what if they're waiting to spring a trap on me?
It could well be, Henry, so you should be very careful. But one thing's for sure, Jakey won't be there forever, and someone's got to go and check it out.
Where do I find him?
Where is he hiding?
He isn't, the little shit. He's drinking away his 30 pieces of silver in some alehouse, bold as brass. The inn on the meadow, or something like that.
The inn in the glade?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
I'll get going then.
Go. And when you find him, deal with him however you see fit. Just make sure you find out what he knows first.
Right, Chief. I'm looking for a young fella by the name of Jakey.
What about him?
I heard he was seen here.
Maybe, but he ain't here now.
I'm glad you're here, Henry. I thought I'd be stuck here till Judgment Day.
What the fuck are you doing here?
I picked up this wench at the inn, see? And we wanted to go somewhere quiet. Only the bitch whacked me on the head with a rock and fucked off with all my coin.
You're wearing a
Did
helmet.
she now? And which way did she go?
I haven't a clue, but I reckon as far away from her father as she can get. She won't be going back in a hurry. I've met some mad wenches in my time, but that one was a piece of work. She could have just asked me for coin, instead of trying to smash my skull right away. And then to leave me like this.
Oh, that's poetic justice.
I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Listen, Henry, that thing with Hagen, I didn't want to, really. But they kept threatening me. And then they offered me coin. Jesus, Henry, I've never seen a pile of coin like that in my life. Kuno wouldn't give me as much as half a groschen for a cheap wench.
Yeah, my heart bleeds. Enough. Tell me where I can find Hagen.
Hagen? Lord Zoul? Yeah, I'll tell you, Henry. We're still mates, right?
Sure.
No, I don't know if I'd go as far as mates, but let's just say I understand.
I knew you and me would understand each other. So you'll let me go if I tell you?
Let you go? That rock must have really scrambled your brains.
Henry, I'm really sorry. I swear. Those fellas scared the wits out of me.
I can believe that, but why didn't you tell us about it? You didn't have to betray us.
I don't know. I was confused. Please, let me go.
First, tell me where Hagen is, and then we'll see.
I won't say anything as long as I'm tied up. I know how that goes. I'll be left here for the crows.
Sure. Hey, he's not getting away with this. I'll untie you, sure.
All right, I'll untie you.
Thanks, Henry. I knew you wouldn't leave me here.
Yes, now tell me everything.
Spit it out, quick.
Sure. Hagen's planning to lead a raid on Samapesh himself. He wants to torch the whole village, soon.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's awful. I'd like to stay here and talk about it, but if that's everything, I'd rather be on my way.
Sure.
Get going before I change my mind.
Thanks, Henry. I owe you one, if we ever meet again. And since you've kept your word, I'll tell you one more thing.
Yes.
I'm all ears.
It's something Kuno was always talking about when you weren't around to hear. He kept cursing that he was fed up with running around for Radzig, and that it's not the first time he's done his dirty work for no reward. So I mentioned that to Hagen, and he put together a nice pile of coin for Kuno.
What? He's planning to bribe Kuno?
Exactly. And what I know of the chief, he sure likes the jingle of silver.
Fuck.
I keep telling you he's a swine. Well, glad I could help. So, I'd better get going before someone else turns up looking for me. Maybe we'll meet up again sometime, Henry. And I'll pay you back.
No offence, but it's not a meeting I'll be looking forward to.
Yeah. About that. I lied. I lied. Does it not let me kill him? Technically, he's dead. Yeah, I was just gonna get all the information out of him and then kill him. Well, since you kept your word. No, I ain't kept my word yet. What are you on about? I just like that he betrayed us for like fucking 30 silver or like a small pouch of coin. Meanwhile, Henry has how much gold now? 123k. Yeah, that's the thing.
I found Jakey, and I know what Hagen is planning.
Spit it out, then.
Zoul plans to raid Samapesh, and he wants to lead the attack himself.
I see. And what about that treacherous little bastard?
I let him go.
Well, no.
What?
Technically speaking.
Are you out of your mind? That little fucker nearly got us all killed.
I mean, he technically is dead.
Easy. I'm having you on. Of course I got rid of Jakey.
Well, Well, you can keep those kind of stupid jokes to yourself. Even I don't joke about the dead.
Saddle up now. We'll ride to Samapesh right away.
Before we go, Jakey told me another interesting thing.
Oh? What's that?
He said you were moaning about Sir Radzig and saying you'd rather leave here.
Come on, Henry. You know how it is. I like to complain.
No, of course. But Jakey told Hagen about it. And Hagen is planning to bribe you.
Is that so?
I assume, if it comes to it, that you'll remember your oath to Sir Radzig.
What'd you take me for? I might have lost all my property, but I'm still a knight.
What I take you for is a subject I won't get into. But in case your knightly honour isn't enough, let me remind you that Sir Radzig knows all about it. And if anything untoward happens...
All right, Henry, I'm no fool. Don't betray Radzig. Got it. I'm not such a bastard as you seem to think. At least I hope I'm not.
All right.
I think with enough gold, he'd be bored. I think with enough gold, he would absolutely be bored.
There they are. I can see Zoul's colours. It seems they want to parley, sir.
Parlay, eh? Right then. Let's parlay.
God be with you, Sir Kuno.
My respects, Sir Hagen.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure
terrible
since the
looking
siege of Lansenbach, wasn't it?
An age ago, that was. In those days, we fought under the same banner.
We did. And even today, we may yet part friends. After all, my quarrel is not with you, but with Cobula.
The thing is, your quarrel with Lord Cobula is my affair, since he tasked me with keeping order in his lands. And you, Hagen, you are disturbing that order.
No offence, sir, but you are just a mercenary whose main concern is keeping order in his purse. My dispute with Radzig Cobula concerns a higher ideal. Cobula shamed my family over a trifling misdemeanor. He hanged my father, razed our castle to the ground, gave our property away to his family and cronies. And for that, I demand just retribution. But you don't have to stand in my way, Kuno. I'm well aware why you serve Radzig. You owe him a favor. And from what I've heard, it's not the first time you've had to pay him back. It won't be the last either. The fact of the matter is, you fight Cobula's battles for him, and you've little or nothing to show for it.
But you're still a knight, damn it. Remember?
If you accept my offer, on the other hand, you can ride away from here a rich man. What do you say, sir?
I much prefer Henry's
Kuno,
armor when he's not.
You can't do it.
You're making a common mistake, Henry. There's a difference between what a man can't do and what he ought not to do. In this case, the difference is the size of Hagen's offer.
I'll pay you. That's a good fucking thing. I warned you. Yeah, I mean, the guy who just talked to you about how Radzig fucking... The guy just talked to him about how Radzig burnt his fucking shit down.
We talked about this, and I warned you what would happen.
I know, and I don't intend to betray Radzig.
Well, then what's all this talk about what you can't do or oughtn't do?
Because you need to learn a lesson. Evidently, you don't understand the society Radzig brought you into.
Oh, please, enlighten me.
Trust is a rare commodity amongst us, so trust is the very last thing you want to rely on. It's always better to ensure the other fellow has no choice than to trust in his goodwill. Like you did with me by warning Radzig.
In other words, every man goes where the wind blows.
That is, every man who's still alive. And now, if you don't mind, I'd like to end this lesson and go and deal with Lord Zoul. I sincerely hope that's not the last piece of wisdom I'll pass on in my life.
All right. Good.
It's true, Sir Hagen. This is not the first time I've paid Radzig back. Nor will it be the last. But then, he did save my neck from the noose. So I'll be long beholden to him. I'll make no bargain with you. But I will take your silver.
You would fight me? You're a damn fool.
I've no wish to fight, but neither do you. Otherwise you wouldn't have tried to buy me off. So it seems that we're evenly matched. Let's see who fortune favours.
Kick his ass, boys.
Bring it on!
Holy shit. But we won. Whoa!
Well, that's that. Good work.
Good work, boys. I am desperately going to use... Do I not have any bandages? I should have bandages. Yeah, there you go.
Well, now it's time for a drink.
Oh, the stone is dead. Shit. Gear's actually not bad. It's a shame about the whole flowery bullshit that it wears. Father! Stop running away from me, father! Come back! I've killed your rival. He's dead. It was all me. The mercenaries didn't even help. I take full credit for this.
God bless you. What troubles you?
Nothing any longer. The problem is solved.
Sir, we got rid of Zoul.
Finally, some good news. Tell me all about it.
We caught up with Hagen in the fields near Merhoyed, and there was a skirmish.
Kuno tried to protect you. Nah, he didn't.
It was a tough fight, but in the end, we were victorious. Hagen fell.
Good. That's good news, Henry. Any losses on our side? Kuno's men? How did they fare?
We were fortunate. Everyone survived, including Kuno.
That's how it should be. Anyway, you deserve a reward for your efforts. And thank you, Henry. Once again, I'm beholden to you. I don't know what I'd do without you.
True. Nothing much gets done without me. No, he's not that cocky. And Henry is many things, but cocky is not one of them. He's definitely not arrogant.
Ah, thank you, sir. But I'm sure you'd have managed without me.
Don't be so modest, lad. Since that catastrophe at Skalitz, I don't have many people left that I can rely on. Best go and rest now.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, that's that one done. Not bad. I don't think that's the biggest DLC. What other ones do we have to do now, actually? Building a town, I believe? It makes me like a baron or something. Tournament. We've already done this. We've already done the Band of Bastards. The Woman's Lot is probably the last one we'll do. So I guess From Ashes, right? Yeah, let's go do that. The next one will be the From Ashes DLC. And I will see you guys there. Thank you for watching. That's all for now. Zoul out.
This war is far from